This is the view. Morning sun rising over the trees and the lake. Watching the birds feeding on the lake. And look what there, right there. A puppy hunting. Oh, this is behind our house, or the house where we live. Beautiful sunrise. A little over a month ago, I saw about 5 or 6 guys with boats inside here, with pirogues, canoes actually. They were catching tilapia. They were harvesting tilapia. Had a huge net, and they were driving the tilapia into the net. Anyway, hope you're enjoying your day wherever you are. This is my morning. I started doing videos with the intent of showing people what either none in some cases, or just a few, maybe 1, 2, 3 other people making videos were showing. Because everybody was showing this view, saying, hey, come to Gambia, buy your land, especially the diasporans who had come to Gambia and saw the opportunity to pull off a heist. They were going village to village, giving the villagers a few pounds or dollars or euros, talking to chiefs, getting land at a very inexpensive price, and then selling it to other diasporans. And I watched the price of land not only the price, but you used to be able to get a plot of land for about 35,000, 40,000 pay Dallasy. And at the time, it was 30 by 35, sometimes 40. Today, you can just get a plot 20 by 20, and most people build a house that take up the whole plot in Africa. That's the way houses are built in Africa, with people who have the finances to do it. They don't buy a house, build a house that is big enough to satisfy their needs. Everyone builds it 3 or 4 times because it is in the nature of Africans to have things big as they can. And it will go from the wall that you built around your compound pretty much becomes your house. There's 1 meter between the wall that you build around the compound and the walls of your house. Sometimes the wall of around the compound is a part of the house. But when you build in Gambia, the water from your house not supposed to go into the neighbor's yard. Things that I saw like this, and then they will buy up large plots of land way back from the highway or the roads, and they will show you pictures of the land but not access to it, especially during the rainy season. So I started making videos showing people, hey, this is the way it is here in the rainy season. This is not what you expecting when you buy your land. It upset a lot of people. Seriously, they were getting upset. But they were being dishonest. And I had to go that route, that path of warning people. You're gonna buy some land, and then the car you're gonna bring here is not gonna get into your land. It's gonna die in the lake on that road. I've seen it since the first trip, 2010. I had a 4-wheel drive RAV4. That's how I made it through some of the places I went to, especially around Gunjur and going to visit family. Anyway, that's how I started. But it kind of drifted to where I started taking my camera with me when I was driving. And I noticed that a lot of people were saying, hey, that's my town. They weren't really interested in what I was showing. I was showing people, this is what you're going to get when you come. You're going to have put bars around your house. a 10-foot wall up. Not paying attention really. When you go inside your house, it's just you. You go from your house to the store and then back into that prison that you call compound. People didn't see it as though, hey, there's something wrong with people living in the same town and having bars on their windows. Family now, relatives, brother, sister. But anyway, they were just looking at the road. Oh, the road looked, especially when the Gambia started building the highway. Everybody wanted to see the highway. Now there's 200 people, 200 Gambians making videos about the highway. And they're not paying attention to other problems that are developing, either in Gambia or in Africa in general. And these things are going to wreak havoc in their lives. But then again, Africans are accustomed to this. The frustration, it kind of like leaves people. I watch people faces. As a matter of fact, I made a video with Brikama once. I said, look at the faces of the people. You guys look at everything else. You're not looking at the faces of the people. Are they smiling? And that day, I saw 3 people smiling. And one of them was a Caucasian meeting another African that he probably friendship with. So out of the 6 people, 1 was a foreigner. I showed people how the streets were those who were in charge of the city of Brikama didn't bother to do anything to keep the streets from flooding. Children have to walk through that going to school. How does traffic, you got motorcycle riders riding down between people as they walk. Stores building onto the path of pedestrians. Pedestrians have to walk in the street. Now Gambia is cleaning up all of that. And the people are getting upset. Why would somebody get upset over making their lives better? And the changes are going to come. Not because the Gambia wants to make changes, but because change is being forced on Africa. Let's take, for instance, in Uganda, in Ghana, how the changes are being forced from outside on the governments of Africa. All over they're trying to make laws about this LGBT. The European is coming back to Africa, so now he's pretending that he's giving development money. They don't want to, but the war in Ukraine is forcing them to, because they're seeing Africans say, hey, This is not our war, which is not like before, when Africans used to send their own children to go fight. And in some places they're still doing it. Like Kenya is sending people to Israel to work on the farms. 100,000. Zambia, same thing. 100,000 black men going to Israel to work on farms, while the Israelis are stealing the land, and these African leaders don't care that the Israelis are murdering people to take their land, which is the same thing that the same leaders did to Africans. Them and their forefathers. Sold other Africans into slavery and took their land and gave it to the European who came in. So me, I'm on this path now of warning you, the diaspora, of what's going to happen, and warning you to prepare for it. Because you're going to come to Africa. I will not even try to tell you not to come. Because for many will look at me and say, well, why are you telling me not to come when you're there? I'd be a fool. I want you to come too, because that's how change is going to happen in Africa. And when I say change, I don't mean the one that the European wants to make. I mean the one that's going to benefit Africa. Really benefit Africa. Going to keep our children home. That 20 to 45-year-old group that's being shipped out into slavery in the camps, you know, in Italy and Spain. Libya. They're selling these young men into slavery. I mean, slave markets. And nobody is stopping it. But then again, you look at the Muslims, how they treat the Palestinians. Same Muslim, same Arab people. They're making deals with Israel while the Palestinians suffer. That's their brother. Nobody's coming for you, Africa. Nobody's coming to help you. Gotta help ourselves. Every morning I come here and look at this. While I'm looking at this view, I'm looking at what happened while I was asleep. From the emails that I get from other people saying, hey, this is happening, that's happening, this happening. I mean, some of the things I see are so scary, I couldn't put it on video. It has to be, I have to find a way how to talk about it. It's like, I told you to go watch a video the other day about women who are selling their eggs, African women, to these billionaires. $100. Not knowing the value that these billionaires put in, even though the men are telling them. They're just saying we want it, we need it, but they don't know why. The women don't have a clue as to why. And it's because the Neanderthal gene is dying. Caucasian genes are dying. And anybody who is mixed to the Caucasian, you see, even the Indians now, a billion people and they can't replace themselves. America, bringing people from all over South America, all over the world really, because except for the black women in America. And when I say black, I mean some people who don't even want to think of themselves as African, or having African heritage from South America and the Caribbean. They're the ones who are having children, while the Caucasians are not. And Americans' birth rate is falling. If they didn't have immigration, it would be already like that of Japan. And the people in America, the Caucasian people, and the black people are complaining about immigration, but the government of America is saying they let the doors open. So when you get frustrated by the news, you want to come back to Africa, the things that you got to do. So I am doing my best. I have to try. If I do nothing, I'm a waste. I'm one of those things that the earth is going to kill because it is just useless. And the earth does that. It's a living being, and anything that is not valued, it takes out and replaces. Anyway, I have to do this. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining me. Have a great day wherever you are. Peace.